Our mission is to assist families in becoming completely out of debt, including their mortgage, in as little as 6 to 15 years. Help families by ridding them of the added pressure of financial troubles, and enable families to retire with dignity and respect. Now, what people are doing at the age of 65. Did you know that 74% of people at age 65 are dependent on their family, their friends, or the government? Only 23% are still working, and a minuscule 3% are financially free. We'd like to make you one of that 3%. Now we're going to go to financial coaching by the numbers. 93% of retirees carry some form of debt. 30% of those retirees describe their debt as debts as a problem. And 65% of married couples have marital spats over money and spending issues. There's got to be a better way out there, folks. Where does all the money go? Let's take a close look at this pie chart, and you're going to see that about 25% of what you make goes just to pay off interest charges, and most of those charges come from your mortgage. Now, needless to say, if we can eliminate that 25% in interest going to the bank that can go to you, I would say that would make a huge impact in your life. Why is it so hard to pay off your home? Did you know the average person moves or refinances every 5 to 7 years? The average homeowner makes 45 to 50 years of mortgage payments and will pay almost $1 million in interest throughout their life. In that first 5 to 7 years, 80% of a typical 30-year mortgage payment goes straight to interest. As you can look at this chart, you're going to see that it is very heavily front-end loaded. And in fact, it isn't until year 21 that you become halfway paid off on your mortgage. It's ridiculous. So that 6% mortgage is really like a 100% mortgage. Oh, okay. Let's try to understand interest a little bit. If you owe $250,000 on a 6.5% 30-year mortgage, your payment will be $1,580.70. Now, out of that $1,580, your first payment, $1,354.17, goes to just interest. And the amount to principal is only $226. On your second payment, it reduces by a big dollar and change. And you go to $1,352.96. And your principal payment is $227.23. That's just amazing. What is the solution? You want to beat the banking system. Banks work 24/7 to keep you in debt. In order to beat the banking system, you must sign up for a mortgage acceleration program such as Team Pay It Off system. You must create a budget in the software and follow the suggested debt payoff strategy the software recommends. And most of all, you got to have a little discipline. You must follow what the software tells you to do. That's all you have to do. That's going to create a snowball effect. Additional principal payments fast forward your mortgage and cause more of your monthly payments to be applied to principal on the mortgage. Take this example. A $200,000 mortgage at 6.5% for 30 years, the monthly payment is $1,264.14. Now, out of that, $1,083 goes to the interest and $180 goes to principal. Now, let's just say, theoretically, that you have $5,000 in savings and you want to dump it into the mortgage. We just want to give you an idea of what a big difference that'll make. Now, your new mortgage payment is going to go down to $195,000. The new amount going to interest is going to go down to $1,056.31, and the amount to principal is going to jump from $180 to $205. This additional principal payment of $5,000 will fast forward your mortgage 2 years and will now allow another $25.03 of your payment to be applied to the principal each month. In the long run, that extra $25 of your payment applied to principal will save you $15,000 in mortgage payments over $17,000 in interest payments. That's quite a large amount to save with just a deposit of $5,000. Well, with this system, you don't have to have a $5,000 chunk of money, but certainly by doing it in increments like they tell you, you can pay off the mortgage in an incredibly short time. Now, this is the first page of the actual software. It's going to tell you that the balance of your mortgage, the remaining years, is going to be just 11.03 years. The payoff date is going to be 11/1/2021. Year-to-date savings on this plan is $452.75, and the total savings over the life of the loan is going to be $106,595.24. And that's going to leave you with an effective APR, that's the interest rate, of 2.312%. Now, at the bottom it says next lump sum. The software is going to prompt you, usually once a month, to make a certain payment to a certain bill. Whatever that payment is, you just follow the software. In this case, it says pay $160.74 to MasterCard 1 on 11/20/2010. Folks, it's just as easy as that. Just follow the guide and you will pay off your mortgage in an incredible time. And at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see savings. Now, these are dollar figures of what you can save once the mortgage is actually paid off in the 11.3 years. Now, that's going to continue on for the full 30 years of the loan. You're going to keep making your mortgage payment, but instead of going to the bank, they're going to go into your savings plan or your 401k plan or even into mutual funds. Now, look at that mutual funds at 7% interest. We'd all like to get that at this point. I don't think that's realistic, but maybe you can get 4 or 5%. But still, you're talking about $568,000 saved up. That's going to be your money that you don't have to give to the bank. That's pretty powerful stuff. And last, I just wanted to go over a couple of the program benefits and features for you. One-on-one financial coaching. That is what really sets Team Pay It Off apart from other mortgage acceleration programs. You have a coach that will be with you every step of the way. Any questions, any changes in your situation, and we will adjust the system with you to make it work to your benefit. This system also has text messaging and email payment reminders to keep you on track. Of course, it comes with the powerful mortgage acceleration software. It has a debt elimination feature in there. It has a projected investment tracker, and it's 24/7 online access with a password and a username. Weekly webinar access, so you can constantly learn how to use this program a little better. By the way, we also have 23 short flash videos built into the program, little 2-minute videos that will help you with every bit of the software. If you forget about doing one thing, you just go to that quick flash video and it'll instruct you on how to use that feature. It has lifetime support and lifetime upgrades. Anytime there's an upgrade to the system, it'll be passed on immediately to you via an email. It has a budget tracking tool, and it has a very cool what-if scenario. We can get into that a little more when you do a free 7-day trial on the plan, but you can actually plug in what if you bought a new car, what if you got another house, and you can actually see if it's worth going out and spending that money. And it has a savings tracker, and multiple mortgages can be paid off on this system for investors, and additional property features. And it has an expense consolidation tool. So folks, you can see that this system has it all the way from eliminating your debt to building wealth for the future. Well, that's it for the PowerPoint program. I hope you got a better understanding of what mortgage acceleration and debt settlement is all about. We'd like to do a closing right now. Wow, we sure presented a lot of information for you to digest today. Thank goodness you can watch this show again at topicsdesign.tv. And I will be posting this important show on my blog as well, either later in the day or tomorrow, at wayneisaksen.com, with additional commentary as well as important websites for you to visit in order to research these topics in depth. I invite you to submit any questions to me at wayne@teampayitoff.com. And if you missed last week's show, I highly recommend watching it along with all our other shows anytime on the station. Tune in next week for more interesting and useful financial news you can use. Be safe, be aware, and most importantly, be informed.